Hey guys, and welcome to Dominions 5, Wars of the Faith with me, DasTactics. This will be a different Let's Play. Right now, there's a Let's Play going on between 8 YouTubers in Dominions 5. It's kind of led by DasTactic. He created a map, a custom map for this. It's available in the Steam store if you want to. Just go ahead and download it. It's called Endworld. And so there are 8 of them, and they keep the map, keep their starting setup and all that stuff hidden, obviously. But they each, most of them are recording videos as well. You can watch them from their perspective. So that's the 8 of them. I'm not part of that group, but I thought I'll do this. I will use that map, Endworld, and I will pick DasTactic setup in the same spot on the map, which takes a little bit of fiddling, and I will play it from there, but against the AI. So 7 AIs, using the same pretenders that they use. So, I know what pretenders they have because I've been watching their videos, the introduction video where they do the pretender setup. And I'll show you here what they have. There's 2 of them that don't have any videos, so I don't really know what they did. But let me show you what the other guys have. So if I go to, here, View Created Pretenders. The ones that are playing are these 2 here, these 6 here, plus and then also 2 other ones where I don't have their setup, but we'll get to that later. So let's see, we have from the top, well, not from the top, but I'm going to play as a DasTactic setup, and that's going to be me here, DasTactic. So what we're looking at here is what he picked for his, right? He's going to play as man late age. It's all late age, and he's going to play as man. And what he has done is he has created a god that is dormant, so it comes in after 1 year. We'll have 6 fire mage and 4 air, 2 earth, gives you a 29 research ability as well. He has a little bit of blessing here. Flaming weapons, incarnate only, so once his god comes out in a year, then he can, his blessed troops will get flaming weapons. That will do extra fire damage, 6 AP damage, armor piercing. That's pretty good. That would mean that having something, well, this is late age, right? So you're going to have units that are heavily armored. Having something like longbowmen are not as effective because they are not armor piercing, but having the flaming weapons means they would be armor piercing, right? Then you're also boosting the precision here 2 times and 4 shot. So he's geared this towards having his ranged units being better, right? So that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have the exact same setup. And that's me. And then we have Sabouts, who is Pythium. I haven't actually looked much at these. I set them up the way they did it, but I haven't really looked at them. But just looking at this, so we have basically a rainbow mage here, right? It's imprisoned, takes 3 years to come out, and that's going to be important actually. I'll show you how the game is set up later. But he has a variety of things here, and he's going for a blessed tactic, right? So I'm assuming here he will just, use his blessed units the most. So fire resistance, shock, swiftness, cold, defense, strength. So what is he doing? So you're going to get strength, that's going to be more damage, more defense, less chance of being hit, swiftness. More likely to strike first in combat. Yeah, we know about that from my other Let's Play, right? That's good. Magic resistance against magic magic weapons, so they can hit ethereal units. 3 times undying, that's pretty strong. So you get more hit points in the battle, even after you're supposed to die. Resilient can take more damage. And poison resistance, minor and major, and blood surge. What does that do? Blessed unit will receive a blood surge as soon as they kill someone. The blood surge effect will last a few rounds and greatly increase the combat abilities of the unit. 3 attack, 3 strength, 1 defense, and 1 reinvigoration. That's fatigue, I guess. Okay, so that's what he's all about. 65 in research. Pretty good, but it's imprisoned. Okay, that's Sabouts. Who else do we have in the game? We have, I'm looking at on the screen I have here, BattleMoose, which is So Ulm will play with a with a god that is not imprisoned or dormant, available right away. Death and Blood, and research 27. Withering Weapons. Okay, blessed units will get Withering Weapons. Anyone wounded by a Withering Weapon will get decayed if they fail a magic resistance roll. Okay. Okay. And then Strength of the Flesh, they will get more strength, more damage, and Blood Surge. That's the same as Sabouts, right? So he's going to, BattleMoose, he's going to play as, who's he playing as? Ulm. Okay, Fountain of Blood, can't move, right? And then we have LucidTactics, Micklin. Here. So Micklin, from what I understand, I haven't looked up them very carefully, but they have some blessed units that you don't have to buy in your capital. So if you have a lot of fortresses, I think this is right anyway, let me know if I'm not right about that, but if you have fortresses, you can just pump out units, which makes it very good to have, to set up a bless strategy, right? So get a good bless out of this. Also kind of a rainbow mage, right? Water, heavy, and astral. So fire resistance, attack skill is up, +2. Quickness, they get +2 to attack and defense. And then luck, you know, avoid that last fatal blow. Strength of the Flesh, more strength, more damage, and then Blood Surge. So this would be somebody who is going to rush. Basically, I'm guessing they're going to create a lot of units. They're going to create a lot of fortresses and then a lot of units and just pump them out. And don't maybe worry about your god too much. He's going to be in the home capital. 59 in research is pretty good, right? So I can see that. I can see that happening. We'll see how that goes. I know DasTactic was. I watched a few episodes of his series there, and he was very worried about LucidTactics, at least in the first couple episodes there. Okay, that's LucidTactics. Who else do we have? Nookrium. Wait a minute. Did I say who was? Yeah, he's a Tis. Nookrium is here. So he is doing a god, one of the basic gods, right? The very lowest tier here. Great Sage. Doesn't have much at all, but he's available immediately, and he's bumped up his scales a little bit, right? Order and production. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what he's left it as. It's going to be available right away. 24 in research, you can still use that. That's pretty good. Inspiring researcher. Everyone in the same province research faster. That's pretty good. Adept researcher, yeah, +15. So he has 24. Oh, interesting. There's some tweaks they did to the game, by the way, so I'll show that in a minute. That's going to impact all this. You'll find out in a second if you don't know already. That was, what was that, Nookrium? And then we have, well, we have DwarfComic who's playing Pangea, but he hasn't done any videos, so I don't know what he has. So he's going to play as a AI Pangea. Oh, I'm not going to set up his pretender. Then we have WadeStar. He is Midgard. Also another Rainbow Mage, right? Pretty low level, but he's covering everything in there. 55 in research. Taking a hit here on the scales, it looks like. But he has, yeah, he's boosting his, well, precision, so ranged unit, I guess, there. Swiftness, they can attack faster. Defense, mountain survival. Reinvigoration. Magic weapons as well. Undying. Resilient. Strength of the Flesh. +2 strength. Again, another one there. And he's playing, what did I say? WadeStar Midgard. Okay. And then we have Utgard as well, played by I seen you before. And he didn't have a video either, so I don't know what he did. I'm going to set him up with an AI. So anyway, that's what we have. 6 of them here, and 2 will come in kind of random. And that's all we have. Now let's go ahead and I'll show you the map set up here. So I go exit and create world. I'm going to pick Endworld. That's the one that DasTactic created on his own. So the final battle. Blare the trumpets and clash spear to shield. For this is the end of days. One will rise and claim dominion over all that came before. Suitable for up to 9 players. Max 1 water nation. Well, they're all non-water here. This map was built in the final battle in the late age of multiplayer YouTube series. Yep, you can go and check him out there. There's a link right there. I'll put a link in my description below. Okay, I'm gonna call this YouTube multiplayer AI, because I'm not gonna do multiplayer, but in a way I am. Okay, and it's gonna be late age, and we're gonna pick, well, we're gonna have 8, right? They're gonna be humans when they start out, and the way I'm gonna do it, is I'm gonna switch them over to AI as soon as the game starts, and that way I can pick their pretender. So human, who's the first one? That's Pythium. And then we have me, I'm playing as man, as DasTactic. And then we have Miklin, Cetis, Pangea, Midgard, and Utgard. Is that all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I missed one. I missed Olm, didn't I? Yes, I missed Olm. So we'll go in this order. Nope. There. That's Miklin, Cetis, Pangea, Midgard, and then one more human, and that would be Utgard. So now we have everybody here. 6 of them we're going to have pretenders for, and 2 is going to be random. So I'm going to have to put these 2 guys that don't have a pretender that I know of, and put them on Mighty AI. Okay, we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to set everybody else, once the game starts, to be controlled by the AI as well. I think that will work. Okay, so now, Pythium, Serpent Cult. Well, we're going to go ahead and pick who was playing Pythium. That was Sabouts. So, Low Pretender God, Sabouts. And then we have Man, that's me. Time and Tactics. And then we have Olm. Olm is played by BattleMoose, but it's going to be the AI, obviously. And then, Miklin, yeah, Miklin is LucidTactics, and Cetis would be Nookrium. And Midgard, well, that's going to be an AI, right? No, it's not going to be AI. That's going to be the last guy, WadeStar. The other 2 are automatically going to get a random pretender god. And they've done something here on the game settings. I'll show you what they did. First of all, special site frequency, they moved it up to 50. More magic sites in the world. Money, more. Resources and supplier multiple as well. Supply multiple. Recruitment they set at 100 because of some issues they're having with the server they used. And then the divine rules. Random events, I think they set it to rare. Hall of Fame 15, I want more options for leaders to come in there and get boosted. And I'm going to have to pick Mighty here. So when I turn my guys over here to be AI control, they're all the same level. Research, they said easy, so they're going to be quicker to research. Why? Well, because they are doing a cataclysm. They want to have a pretty quick game, 40 turns in that game. So I think in 40 turns there will be a cataclysm, force a pretender to ascend in a few months' time. I haven't played with that before, so I don't know exactly how that works, how many months you get, but we'll see what happens. So let's remember, 40 turns is by which time we have to win. And it's by ascension. And they kept it, they set it up like this here. There, so 18 ascension points, you only need 7 to win. There's 1 level 3. So if you take 1 level 3, 1 level 2, well, 1 level 3 and 2 level 2s, and you're done. Alright, so it's going to be interesting to see how that works. And I think that is pretty much it. We have everything here ready to go, and I'm going to go and start up the game, and I'll meet you in the game. And here we are, the first turn. I had to mess around with it quite a bit to get that same starting position that DasTactic did, but I have the exact same setup now that he does. Now, the game's going to evolve over time, and there's different magic sites and things like that, but at least it's pretty close, at least, right? So here we are playing as Man, late age, and let's see what this is all about. Now, here's the map. It's pretty good. He's a good artist, DasTactic, I think. We are in region 43 here, the home province of Man, and let's take a look first and see what we have. Remember, we need 7 points here for of Thrones of Ascension, and we have a couple here. They're spread out. So if we go to statistics, what do we have? I have not looked at this before, so it's going to be different what they have, but still. Throne of the Sun gives us what? Dominion 5. So that's good. That is very good. you know, our scale's gonna be helped there, right? Okay, anyway, we get heat +1 in that case, order +1, growth +1. We produce, in that case, 3 fire per turn, and Blessed Troop gets fire resistance +5. And most importantly, it gives you 3 points. And then there are, well, let's go for the level 2 thrones. Throne of Death. That, I don't know about that. Do I want Death? I don't think I do. Like, if you could look at my home province here, what do we have? We have Productivity 3 and 1 level of Order. I forgot to mention that for our guy. Did I even look at my... Yeah, I think I looked at my setup, right? Cold 1. Growth 1. What does that give us? Actually, let's look at this first here, right? So Order 1, we get a little bit more resources here. Fewer random events. Recruitment points goes up. Productivity, though, look at that. Resources 45. That's going to be important, I think, because that means we're going to be able to pump out our blessed unit. And our blessed unit, our sacred unit, can only be built in our capital, I think. Cold, so income -5, supplies -10. Growth 1, supplies 10, so it's offsetting there, you can see. And then we have Drain 2, research -2 research points, but that's not going to impact us. I'll show you that when we look at our units. But let's go back in and look at the Thrones of Ascension. Throne of Death, I don't think I like that one. Throne of Gaia produces 2 nature gems per turn. Now, our mages here don't use nature, but we do have 2 nature here, and I think our god, the way DasTactic set it up, our god actually has a nature ability. So that's going to be something we can take advantage of then. Or maybe we can convert it, right? So if I go back into stats here, what else do we have? Gaia there. Air. Now air is good for us. We do use that. We use air. We have air mages. Produces 1 per turn automatically, and then you get 2 extras, so 3 per turn, right? Blessed Troops gets air shield. Enables recruitment of Windmaster. What does he do? Storm immunity. Okay. And then he gets 2 and 9. That's pretty good. 105, yeah, decent. Boost air ritual range by 1 province. Yeah. Obviously I want these, right? And then we have the level 1s. Let's look at this real quick. Dominion here. Yeah, high throne. Dominion 3, it's good. Throne of Zeal. Remember, if you have Dominion, you get better morale. Right, if you're in your own area, you get morale +1. If you're outside your own, or in an enemy's Dominion, you get -1. So that's good. And also your Pretender is much stronger inside your Dominion. Blessed Troop gets morale 1. Zeal. Throne of Night. We get Dominion 1 and Dark Vision. We're not going to need that very much because there are no caves on this map, right? Throne of Pestilence is bad. Death +1. Increases death. I don't think I want death. So the death and pestilence is bad here. Throne of Beasts, we now get more nature gems. Good for our Pretender. The lower throne, 5 blood slaves, which we don't have. We don't really need this one, right? Throne of Summer, heat +1. Mage of Summer. That's a pretty good mage. Interesting. Okay, yep. And then Throne of the Stars, spreads Dominion 1, 2 Astral Pearls, and then Astral range is increased by 1. And then finally, Throne of Bones, Blessed Troops gets Undying +3. Okay, that would be the thrones. And Cataclysm in about 3 years, 40 turns. Remember that. Right now we are turn 1, so just starting out. Okay, let's look at our units, what we have here. So with man, I've looked at this a little bit briefly. I have not played them before, so we have a couple mages. It looks like we have a lot of air. We also have nature and astral. We have actually a lot of options here because we have, well, let's go from the beginning. Let's look at it. First of all, we have Lord Warden. He is a leader. He can have quite a few units. +1 up to 3 squads. That's good. He's also sacred and a priest level 1. Can cast blessing. Be good to have him with units that are blessable, right? And he's also a combat caster. So when he does blessing, 50% chance of trying to cast spell in melee, and the chance of being erupted is halved. So that's good. That's good. So we could, I mean, he's not bad, and he has good stats here. Protection 18, defense 10, strength 12, attack 12. So he's pretty strong. He's carrying a crossbow and a greatsword. So, you know, DasTactic set it up so that we have a boost with our blessed units for ranged attacks, right? Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's him. Then going here, we now get into our priests and our mages. The first one is a bishop. Straight up level 2, old age, blessed, sacred. Priest level 2, okay. And then master of theology. He's priest level 1, but he's also an inquisitor. Very efficient when preaching against other faiths. Double for this purpose. So I'm wondering, you know, we need a prophet, right? Maybe get this guy as a prophet. Oh, I'm not going to need somebody like that right away. Alright, that's the Master of Theology. Pretty inexpensive, 1 commander point. We have 3, right? Yeah, 3. Magister Arcane. This is the guy who I think is going to be the backbone. This is what DasTactic is using as well as the backbone of his army. He's level 2 air, level 1 earth, level 1 astral, and then he has 50% chance of getting something else as well. Pretty strong. 170 gold. Not too bad, right? Old age, though. And he's a mundane researcher. Remember that negative factor we have on drain? Well, it's not going to affect us at all. So that's good. He's overall very good. He can search for magic sites as well. So we are covered with air, earth, and astral. We might get fire if you're lucky. That is Magister Arcane. Then we have a Magister, a regular one. Cheaper, obviously. He is actually not bad. And I think maybe DasTactic is underestimating him a little bit because of this here, spy. This spy, he gets additional info, and that includes seeing a Throne of Ascension, what it's all about. That's going to give you a lot of information if you want to go for it. He's also a mason, so when he builds a fortification, he can build it up more advanced. And he is a mundane researcher. He's also good at castle defense. Each point of this ability is about as effective as 1 human defender, so 15 points extra, right? Same thing with laying siege. Reduce the defense of besieged castles. Very good, actually. And stealthy 40. So that's good. He's very good. I want to use him as my spy, right? He has 7 in research, but he doesn't have any ability, any magic skill. But there is a pretty decent chance he's going to get something. Earth, air, or astral. Again, he can get all 3 if we're lucky. It costs less money, but still 2 recruitment points. That's why we'll have to look at that when we get to our recruitment. That was the Magister. Then we have the Judge. 70 gold, so even cheaper, and only 1 commander point. Now, the Judge is different. He's also a mundane researcher. Patrol bonus 20 is pretty good, so having this guy around patrolling would be helpful, right? Not very expensive, and only 1 recruitment point. He has no magic ability, though, no research. But he has a about a 50% chance of getting 1. He could get 2 if we're lucky. If we're unlucky, we get nothing. As long as he gets 1 of those, I think he will get 7 research. So we might want to get a couple of those anyway. And that would be the Judge. Then we have a Castellan, which is just a basic leader, 80. So as good as our other leader over here, but he's not sacred, not combat caster, and all the other stuff there. But, I mean, 70 gold, 1 recruitment point, not too bad. And finally we have our Scout, well, Royal Forester, pretty inexpensive, 40 gold. He's also stealthy. That's pretty good. Alright, that's what we have anyway for the leaders. For the units, we have 1 blessable unit. That's the Warden. Can only be built in the capital. But it's stealthy. And he has a great sword and crossbow. So I think the way DasTactic was thinking was he's going to boost their ability to fire. Crossbow, as you probably know, it's armor piercing. Late age, we're going to have to go through armor to do much damage, right? So that's him there. So, I mean, I guess the goal is to get as many of these as we possibly can. But we have to look at that and see if we can use our resources effectively. That's him there. The second best one we have, not second best, this one is actually better, but it's not blessable. Tower Knight. Very expensive, 40 there, and resources 51. Don't think we want to get this guy right off the bat. But Lance, Broadsword, and Hoof, it's good. He is very good. Combat speed 20, very solid unit. Going down the list, Defender, and that's a good, interesting one, because look at this one. Castle Defense bonus 2. Each point of this ability is about as effective as 1 human defender, so 2 in extra bonus for each guy. That's good. He has Broadsword and Crossbow as well. 16 protection, 15 defense, 11 strength, do more damage, and attack 12. Chance to hit there. Hit points 13. Morale 13. Very good unit. How much did he cost? 27, 23. Expensive, right? And then we have a Tower Guard, also good. It's kind of like a little bit lower version of the Defender. Also has the Castle Defense bonus, but only 1 this time. But Broadsword and Crossbow as well. So we have to weigh, you know, which one do we need? Overall lower values, right? I don't know. And then we have a Crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are good because they have armor piercing. You can get those. Precision 11. That's important. They cannot be blessed though. And then we have the Longbowman, and he is very good, but he's not armor piercing. But once our god comes in, remember that he get that what was that one? I don't know what it's called, but once he comes in, then our Longbowmen, no, they won't, will they? Our Longbowman is not blessable. I was going to say this ability does 6 more damage, armor piercing damage, but the Longbowman doesn't have. It's not sacred. Doesn't take advantage of that. So I don't know how useful these guys are going to be. Lightly armored units like militia, light infantry, other animals, things like that, be good against that. And then we have a light archer, just a lighter version, shorter range, not as good. Morale low, don't like that. And then our main infantry melee units, heavy axemen here, 19 resources. You know, I'm looking at these numbers, thinking about the resources versus the recruitment points. If you look at this one, it's basically double the resources per the recruitment points. And we have the opposite scenario right now. Once we take more areas around our castle, we're going to get more resources we can pull in from those. We're going to reduce those areas, but increase our home. So it's not good to buy these right off the bat, I don't think. Axeman is a lower version, basically, of the heavy axeman. And then Longspear. Now, Longspear is tempting. You can see the ratio there, 13 resources, 9 recruitment points. That's not as bad, and they are good against cav, right? Length 4. Maybe even preventing, well, I don't know what this lance would be. Oh, let's look at our cav guy there. Length 3, yeah. So he wouldn't be able to even come in and attack us. Our spear could stop him. We also have the Spearmen, and that's even on resources and recruitment points. That might be the better option. I think we are starting with a few of these guys as well, so I might want to boost that instead. And then finally we have a Forester, who is stealthy for survival. Patrol bonus is good, right? Don't underestimate these guys. Once we've taken a couple of areas, we can have them patrol. Dagger and a short bow. Short bow would not be armor piercing, obviously. And that would be our units. So let's look at the map now and see where we're at. We're here in the area, our province of Man. 152, we saw that. Defense 25. So pretty strong here. We have, what do we have? Tower guards. They're very good, obviously. Longbowmen and spearmen and long spear and light archer. No crossbowmen. Anyway, let's look and see what we have around us. Area 36 down here. We have Dominion there already. Let me actually turn on. We'll turn on. Should we turn on all that? Yeah, we'll turn it on. So, what do we have down here? 64 in resources. It's okay. It's okay. Income 175. Recruitment 95. Now, if we take this one, let's look carefully at the map here. This is Man, the territory of Man. Once we take these that can be connected, then we're going to increase our resources, not recruitment, but resources in our home province, in our capital, by a portion. I don't know, 30%, something like that. I can't remember exactly now, but so it's going to be important to get these all in here. And it's going to be important maybe to get another fortress that has a lot of adjacent territories, like this one does. It has 6, right? This one has 5. The disadvantage of doing it here, they're going to be competing for the same you know, surrounding areas. What about this one? This one is better. That's 7. Competing for these 2, but that is not bad. 7 here. What about this one? 5, not as good. And this one is 6 here. 4. There's another 6 here, but adjacent, I don't like it as much. This one looks adjacent, but it's not. The mountain range is preventing that, but it's not very many adjacent provinces. 6 here. Only 4 here on this Throne of Ascension. This one is good, right? I think I want this one. It's a mountainous terrain, more magic sites, excellent resources. So we're competing for this one only. This is a good one, right? And if you can take this water one, one of our disadvantages, like DasTactic pointed out too, is that we don't have access to water units. So that's something to keep in mind. I do want to get another fortification quickly. We only have 4 turns, remember that. So that is our starting position. Let's reconvene here. Let's get back to this in the next episode, and we'll kick it off and see what we can do. Bye, guys.